Tim, the owner of the Bar and Bottle Shop, thank you very much for hosting us here tonight. This is the campaign kickoff for Man of the Hour, Mr. Matt Kunz, who's our candidate for District 2 here in Milton. And without any further ado, I'm actually going to turn over to our shop owner who was kind enough to open the doors for us tonight.
Thanks, Fred. First of all, good evening, everybody. Thanks for coming out. My name is Tim Allen. I own the Bar and Bottle Shop. I've been here, believe it or not, 5 years. So, you know, somehow we've managed to keep it going. But just a little bit of history about us. My idea in this business coming in, I was a police officer before for about 13 years. I retired. I took an early retirement from the Atlanta Police Department as a sergeant to pursue my dream to open a business. Prior to that, I researched the business for about 7 years. So I didn't just wake up one day and go, oh, I want to open a liquor store. I think I can make money. I researched what I wanted, how I wanted it to look, and what I wanted to accomplish. And this is kind of what it was supposed to be. And you know, and I can bore you with the stories and whatever about, but most everybody that's a customer of mine knows the trials and tribulations we've been through. We opened about the same time the city became a city, so we all went through it together. But you know, I believe in this. I believe in this business. I mean, I walked away from a career that was very successful. I would still be successful now because my buddy is now the chief of police down there. So, but I believed in what I wanted to do. When I was researching the business and I looked at what I wanted to accomplish, I used to drive this road every day going to Atlanta. And one day when I was driving up to the four-way stop, I saw that public shopping center. And I thought, you know what a great place to do what I want to do, because I wanted to have an upscale wine and craft beer with a little bit of liquor on the side kind of business. I kind of got the idea from a place in Santa Rosa because it reminded me a lot of Milton. It was very upscale, very nice. You went into the business, it didn't look like your traditional package store. It was very nice. So we kind of started that ball rolling, and here we are today. Now there's a lot of things that's happened, and I'm not going to bore you with that again. But essentially, you know, what we need out here, I know at our shopping center, not just for me personally, our shopping centers, we need some ideas, we need some help, we need some people that are willing to come out here and go, you know what, this isn't a private club, this is a city. And in order to run a city, we need revenue. We need people spending money in our city, and so we can survive and we can grow. Because right now, the way we're doing it, we're just a private company. I mean, we're a private club out here. We can't have anything. We can't have, you know, we can't have a barber shop. We can't have, you know, Starbucks. All these things that are just sucking the life out of our shopping center. And you know, so this isn't about me as a personal business owner. I mean, sure, if the shopping center thrives, then I thrive. Okay, but I want everybody in here. I mean, I've watched 11 businesses in 4 years, 11 different families that took their goals and their dreams, just like I did, and come out here and sink their money into this shopping center and open a business that have walked away losing everything. Why? Sign ordinances, the inability for, you know, our representatives to take a step back and go, what would it take? You know, me, for example, I tried to get, when I opened up, this area you're standing in was going to be liquor. It was going to be those nice wooden racks here with about 460 different labels, 30% of my projected business. A year and a half ago, I should have been debt-free and making money. Okay, but I was told when I went for rezoning that we're never going to allow liquor at the crossroads. We're never going to allow liquor out there. People don't want it. But I handed them a petition of 600 names from Milton residents, not Cherokee County, because I knew they would pull that, oh, they're not Milton residents. 600 Milton residents signed a petition, and I gave it to them saying, there's 600 people out there that say they do. Maybe we should take a look at it. On top of that, I explained to them state law. I said, you can control me because of zoning, but you can't control other areas out there. You will have liquor at the crossroads, whether you want it or not. I'm offering you a way to do it, and I'm giving you the restrictions in zoning to keep me from turning into a full-fledged liquor store. And I was told that we're not going to let it happen. Well, here we are 5 years later, and if you look over my shoulder, you'll see a liquor store attached to a gas station. The same thing they denied me for, they gave. Because they had to, because they didn't believe what I had to say, because they thought I was here to try to turn this place into a liquor store, a package store as they put it. So I'm a little irritated about it, no doubt about it, but I know the risk I took when I opened a business, and I'm okay with that. I have a great customer base. My customers love it. We have a great time. We just did a sushi tasting a couple weeks ago. What do we have, 50 people through here? We did a tasting last week. We had another 50. So I have the support of that. No doubt that that hurt, because that's 30% of my growth. You know, I'm no better off today than I was 5 years ago. You know, I'm trying to figure out, what do I do? And what I'm worried about as a shopping center, we all signed a 5-year lease about a year ago. So guess what's coming up? Leases are coming up. People are tired. We're all tired. So I've known Matt forever. He's been a customer of mine, a friend of mine. And when he came to me last week and we were talking, as soon as he said, hey, this is what I'm thinking about doing, I was like, what can I do to help you? And it's not because I'm friends with him. It's because I want somebody to come out here that has an idea, that understands we need new thoughts. We need a fresh perspective on why this shop, I mean, this, in your district, and I don't know if everybody here lives in this district, but this is the only commercial development in this little district that I know of. And we have 11 businesses that have went out of business. And they'll argue, well, yeah, but 2 opened up. Yeah, but those 2 that opened up were just 2 of those being rebought and opened up under just the same thing. But we have a lot of empty things here. We've had businesses that we've had to adjust our way of doing business. We've had to let go of this and do that just to stay open, because we all believe in it. We all believe in the Crossroads, and we know that it can be successful. So that's why I decided, you know what, come here. I didn't, you know, and I've actually, you know, believe it or not, Matt, thanks to you and your crew, I've actually sold some wine tonight, but that was not my intention. That was, I mean, my intention was I will close at 7 o'clock because I don't want to deal with the city going, well, you have a wine tasting license, you can't have all this wine open, and if you do, you can only give this. I didn't even want out of that. I'm like, you know what? I'd rather lose the business and shut the door and let private people come to a private event if it means getting people in front of Matt to hear what he has to say so we can move forward. Because I think that with this, it's the only hope for this shopping center. Because if not, in a couple years, Terry, it's going to be empty. It's going to be empty, and there's no doubt. I've been here 5 years. I'm the longest reigning resident other than the Publix, and they only beat me by a month. Okay? I've seen people come and go. Well, Terry, you've been here just about as long, haven't you? We've seen people come and go. We've tried everything we can do. We did movie night. We did this. We did that. Never in the 5 years that I've been here has a city council member, other than the mayor, walk in through my doors and say, Tim, what can we do to help this shopping center? They'll send people to me if they want my feedback on what they think a business would do out here, but they don't come to me and say, hey, what can we do? What can we do to make this shopping center a success? And if we don't get it, it's going to be a ghost town. You know, we can't have a barber shop in the shopping center. We can't have a Starbucks. If Starbucks came tomorrow and said, hey, we want to open up, can't happen.
Why?
Because of zoning. Same reason why there's a liquor store across the street as opposed to here, because of zoning. And I asked them, and I told them, just on I explained to them by law. But things have to change. We need people taking a different perspective and going, hey, let's think outside the box. Not, hey, this is what I want, so this is what's going to happen. Right? So anyways, so I'll stop because I can go on and on and on because I'm very passionate. Because I've sunk everything I have into this, and I need it to be successful. You know, and I've lost a lot of sleep. I've aged 100 years since I've opened this store. I actually, for the first time last week, I took 2 days off to take my lovely girlfriend to the beach. In 5 years, I've never been on vacation. And I finally closed last week and said, you know what, I've got to get away. Because if I don't, I'm going to go crazy. But anyway, so I'm going to stop. I'm going to introduce Matt Kunz, great friend of mine.